Welcome to Burning Questions, the interview series where we give real questions to B2B tech leaders. 10 questions are going to be asked while eating spicy food. We are joined today here by Lisa Ames, the VP of Demand Generation at Demandbase.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Glad to be here.
Yes, we are very excited to have you here.
I'm up for the challenge.
Oh, good, good. We need people to be excited about it. So just as a refresher, what we're going to do is we're going to do 10 questions. Before each of the questions, you are going to spin the wheel. And based on what we land on, we are both going to go down this journey together. We're both going to then eat the item that it says on the wheel. And as a prize for completing this, who would you like to give a gift to?
I'd like to give a gift to Rory Takunaga, who is a marketing manager on my team who executes our one of many things, but is a dimensional direct mail program that we're getting really great results with.
Awesome, great. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to send Alyce off to do some research about Rory, and we're going to then bring you 3 options of gifts based on the information that Alyce could uncover about Rory, and then you can choose one for Rory at the end of the episode.
She'll love that.
Okay, great. So let's get real.
Okay.
Spin the wheel. And what's your spicy?
It hasn't been tested before.
Hasn't been
it
tested
hasn't been
before.
tested.
Okay,
this is a first.
The Cornferno popcorn, which is our first over here.
Okay.
Grab a couple of those. All right. So what's a memory you have from growing up in Long Beach, California? And what did you want to be when you were growing up?
Well, a memory I have is I played a lot of tennis at the Billie Jean King Tennis Center, and I wanted to be a tennis player. And then very recently, at our ABM Innovation Summit in April in San Francisco, I had the honor of interviewing her on stage as part of the conference. She was our keynote speaker. And my children were involved. They were helping as she was throwing tennis balls into the audience, and it felt like, you know, my dream was somehow realized.
Oh, that's super cool. I saw that you were involved with that. And by the way, we do have milk, water, and beer for this episode.
I'm going to try the milk to start.
I'm actually going to try some beer on this one. I saw that thing about Billie Jean King, and I had no idea that was from your growing up background. That is a really cool moment.
Yeah.
That was a really cool experience to have.
It was awesome.
All right. We're 10% of the way there.
All right.
Okay.
You're still with us.
Okay. Here we go. Question number 2. Go ahead. Spin the wheel. So I would say, by the way, that the popcorn is up there.
Is it? Okay.
It is, yeah.
Good, because I want to be able to answer the questions.
Sure.
And you know CPR and like.
Absolutely,
okay.
yeah. We've signed all the waivers.
Good. Yeah, I don't think I said anything, but that's okay.
Da bomb salsa. Okay.
All right.
We landed on this one here. Da bomb salsa. I believe that's also with some ghost pepper. So what we've got is some chips.
All right.
I'll grab a scooper there. I think my nose is already starting to sweat, which is not necessarily good news. So it looks like your first job out of college was an intern marketing manager at shockwave.com. Mm-hmm. What did you learn from that experience?
Oh, wow, you're really taking me back down memory lane. So yes, Shockwave.com was a Macromedia property. It was like their first sort of foray into online gaming. And there I learned the importance and the power of data to drive your marketing. A funny memory I have from that experience is that of all the people that had downloaded, remember Shockwave, the player?
Yeah.
So they had a file of millions and millions of people who had downloaded over the years, and it was all like in a flat file, and nobody was doing anything with it. And I said, well, if we want to get folks who already have the player over to our online gaming site, why don't we create email campaigns? And this is like I'm dating myself here, but this was like in the early 90s, right? Why don't we do email campaigns? Let's get all that in a database, start doing email campaigns to that list, and see if we can convert them to become Shockwave.com visitors. And what happened? Visits went through the roof, and that was one of the first steps that helped make that site so successful.
Nice. Wow, that's a really cool story. All right. Moving on. Question number 3. How was that one, by the way?
That was Totally tolerable.
Totally tolerable. Great.
I'm ready to up the ante.
Okay, here we go. All right, well then spin the wheel. Let's see what we get.
Be careful what I say.
Careful what you wish for, yeah.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Time's up, hot sauce. Here we go.
This one is really a killer.
Okay, this one is made with Carolina Reaper peppers.
All right.
Is that chip big enough if you were going to be upping the ante here?
Well, for time's up, I think it is.
Okay. All right. This one, I believe, is the best tasting thing that we have here. What advice would you give to your 20-year-old self?
My 20-year-old self. I would say, as you look to become a leader in your career, empower your folks, give them choices. One of my favorite phrases that I was taught by one of my leaders as I was young in my career was, she would say, like, you decide. Is this the best decision? You decide. For this, by the way. And that really stuck with me because all of a sudden my level of accountability went way up, right? I'd be like, well, if she's letting me decide, I better make sure I have my ducks in order and that this is really a good decision. I can't just put it on her as the boss. So that was really powerful. And I'd say, you know, as you look to become a leader, empower the people around you, let them decide, and you'll be amazed at the work that they can produce for you.
Nice. Love that advice. How was that one?
No problem.
Wow.
I should have had a bigger scoop.
I think I had too big of a scoop.
But I am going to have some beer.
Because that was, that one's still kicking. That one's still kicking over here.
The beer's good with it.
Glowing. It's needed. Okay. A shout out to the New Belgium Brewery. Okay. Here we go. Question number 4.
All right.
Spin that wheel.
Whew. We're 40% of the way.
We are...
Oh.
Popcorn.
Popcorn again.
All right.
Oh, is this the tissue that I'm going to need shortly?
Yeah. Well, I need the tissue already. My nose is going over here. Okay. We noticed you majored in sociology. How has your sociology background influenced your marketing style?
Well, I didn't realize it at the time, but I didn't pick it as an entree to a career. But if you think about the definition of sociology, it's the study of what motivates groups, what motivates people to do things in groups. And so it ends up being perfect for marketing because that's what I do all day is I motivate groups of people to take certain actions and to drive pipeline for my company.
Yeah. That's...
Looking back, it fit perfectly, but when I went into it, I had no idea.
Did you get good grades in sociology?
I did.
Yeah.
It's probably so it worked out.
Probably why this works out well. All right.
All right.
By the way, longer responses allow us more time to recover.
Okay.
So I'm going to need you to just embellish
start rambling a little bit.
The next response because I am dying over here. The Reaper salsa. Okay. Here we go. Chip.
The Reaper. Which one's the Reaper?
This one here.
Okay.
I forgot to get the nugget. We'll do the nuggets for the sauce next time.
Okay. I just hope we don't have to do the jelly beans. I can handle the salsas, but I'm afraid. That's the one thing I'm afraid of.
Noticed on Twitter you're interested in writing a nonfiction book. What would it be about?
It'd probably be a memoir. I've had some pretty interesting life experiences, which I won't get into here, but I have a lot to say, and I do hope one day to find the time to be quiet and set some time aside to sort of document everything that I've lived and maybe share some lessons with other people.
Yeah, really cool. But you haven't actually started any of the writing process.
I haven't.
No.
I'm an aspiring writer.
Aspiring writer.
Yeah.
Like it. That's great. Memoir. All right.
Ready?
If you're ready, I'm ready. I'm ready to keep moving.
All right, Daniel. Let's do this.
The Reaper salsa
Reaper
again.
Salsa again. It was tolerable. Okay.
I feel like the chips
It's this one.
the chips that you're grabbing do not have enough of a well. That's my take on
All
this.
right, I'll dig
right.
deeper.
Need more scoop. How has direct mail regained popularity?
You know, Daniel, it took us all by surprise. I started doing direct mail about 8 years ago, 7, 8 years ago, for the simple reason that nobody was doing it. It was an old person's thing to do. It was passé. It was like, nobody does mail. It's all about digital. And I just saw an opportunity because day after day I would go to my mailbox and it would be empty. And so I stopped going after a while, and then it hit me one day, well, there's the channel. There's the channel. And so our whole strategy is, you know, surprise and delight. People aren't expecting to receive mail, although that's changing, certainly even in the past couple of years. But when I first started doing it, it really enabled us to stand out in a crowd because nobody was doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. And do you feel like GDPR, the whole regulation, do you feel like that's going to impact the way that people are utilizing email versus any other channel? Do you feel like email is going to actually...
You mean it might force people to seek other channels?
Yeah.
Like offline channels?
Yeah.
You know, I had never thought of it, but it could be. Because, you know, nobody complains when freaking Restoration Hardware sends a catalog this big.
It is very big.
In the mail.
Very big.
Clogging not only my mailbox, but then my recycling bin. Nobody says a word about that. That's totally fine. But if I want to send an email to somebody or like cookie them on my website, I got problems.
Yeah.
That bothers me.
Yeah, yeah. I know those Restoration Hardware ones. I mean...
They're 2 inches thick.
It's been a while since we've purchased anything Restoration Hardware, but it must hurt the mail carrier's arm to have to...
Can't imagine.
Have to pull those things around. Okay.
And I have nothing against them, by the way, but like that.
No, beautiful. Beautiful couches. Here we go. Question
right.
number 7. Whew. We are on our way.
How's your tummy?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, good.
You're good.
We got the popcorn again.
Popcorn again. We've done it a few times. You can choose to respin if you'd like.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
I want to try new things.
All right, we're going to trying out new things here.
Wake up.
Oh boy. Okay, so we've got the
You know
nuggets.
that one? Okay.
Grab a nugget here. The wake up is this one right here.
Okay.
My opinion on this is that it is the worst tasting of all of the items on this table.
Very smoky.
How does an account-based approach factor into your go-to-market strategy?
Well, at Demandbase, it's really the core of everything we do, because we are technology to power an ABM strategy. But with respect to direct mail piece, it's really like one channel of many. So the way we look at it, it's like we want to surround an account. So we have our digital channels, we have direct mail, kind of broader base marketing, webinars, that type of thing, and then advertising, account-based advertising, overarching, kind of the umbrella piece that creates the air cover. And then sort of like, I think of like the air war and a ground war. Advertising provides that air coverage, and then the hand-to-hand combat, so to speak, kind of a bad analogy using war, but you get the idea that, and direct mail fits right into that, because that's really where we've got the air coverage, we've got the other kind of broader demand gen programs helping to let us be known to these accounts, and then we go in for the kill. Very hand-picked list, working with our SDR team, and who we think we could convert if only they had a nudge. And those are the folks that get our direct mail.
Yeah, cool, very cool. All right, we are near the home stretch here. Question number 8. How are we doing right now, by the way?
Pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm
how's
hanging
that
in
one?
there. That was strong.
That one is strong.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the flavor, you said.
It's terrible.
Yeah, not so
it's
good.
really not a great
It was
tasting.
super smoky.
Yeah, that one actually has...
I'm not sweating.
No, you're doing better than I am, I'll tell you that much. That one actually has capsaicin just added into it, which is the active ingredient and what makes things spicy.
Yeah, it's kind
all
of
the other
burning
things
my
I think
throat.
are yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a disaster. So we'll definitely have to keep that one on the wheel. All right, here we go.
All
Spin
right.
number 8.
Maybe I should try the milk.
Yeah, I already went to the milk, so no shame in that. We've had standoffs before where it's like who's going to the milk first, and it's just it's a losing battle.
Oh, we got the jerky.
Spicy jerky. All right.
All right.
All right. What's the most thoughtful gift you've ever received?
Hold on. It's a little tough. Well, that doesn't look so good. From whom? Anyone?
Something that you just said, wow, this is really thoughtful.
Well, am I allowed to talk about you?
You can, but that is absolutely not supposed to be the point of this.
Well, it's the thing that stands out the most, actually.
Wow. Then feel
So,
free.
with your permission, I'll talk about it. So, when you and I first met, so my company had sent you, when you were VP of Marketing at Seismic, I think, sent you one of our very successful direct mail campaigns. And I think you said it made an impact on you, but you had some feedback that, oh, it could have been more personalized to me and my brand. And I took that feedback to heart, but I was a little unsure about, like, well, how would I execute and scale that? You know, how do I create a one-to-one experience for somebody, you know, when I'm doing direct mail and I've got to ship 300 units, right? And so we both walked away from the conversation, and then about, I don't know, 2 weeks later, you sent me this cedar box with my initials on it, and then inside there was a card indicating I was eligible for a gift, and I just had to go online to redeem it. But the card was in Demandbase branding. It was our fonts, our colors, everything, and it really kind of shook me to the core, because I thought, wow, like, this guy really puts his money where his mouth is. And I thought, you know, there's a lot of thought that went into that, and it felt very one-to-one and personalized, and it made an impact. And I shared it with my team, and they were all impressed as well.
Very cool. Thank you for sharing that. No, that's really cool. That gave me goosebumps, actually. And that was a story about what we've done.
It was a great, very thoughtful gift.
Yeah. Well, you have a very high bar. You have a very high bar because you receive a lot of things, and you're an expert at this. So that means a lot.
Yeah. And then I redeemed the gift. I picked the sailing adventure here in Boston.
Yep.
So I'm in town for the week, and I'm going to go sailing tomorrow.
There it is.
So thank you.
You'll have to share a picture. You know, hopefully you have a great time. That's great. Thank you. Okay, here we go. We're down the home stretch. I'm going to get out my computer for this one. You spin the wheel. Please land on something forgiving.
Ghost.
The time's up. Hot sauce again.
We did that one. Can I?
We did that one. You want Ghost of the Opry?
Oh, habanero pickles.
You want the pickles? Okay, pickles it is. Let's do it. All right, here we go. All right, so in this segment, so we noticed on Facebook that you like to travel. Seems like you've been to some places in the world. So in this segment, what we're going to do is we're going to show you some pictures, and they'll be on the screen so that people can see these as well and play the guessing game as well.
Okay.
We're going to show you a few places.
I need another pickle. That wasn't even that strong.
No, these are just habanero. They're not crazy. Okay. And we're going to see if you can guess where this actually is in the world.
Okay.
And whether or not, and then if there's a story about whether or not you've actually been there.
Okay.
All right, so here we go.
If I don't know, do we just keep going?
I'll reveal it if you don't know.
That looks like the Shard. That building, is that the Shard in London?
That is.
All right,
very good.
I have
London?
been there, yes.
Yep.
I delivered an ABM workshop last February in London. It was great fun. I brought my kids along. We did a work trip. Good stuff.
Amazing city.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the workshop was in that building.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right.
Is that Seattle?
This is close to Seattle.
Oh.
Maybe a little north.
Oh, Vancouver.
Vancouver. This is Vancouver. Have you been?
I have. Many times.
Any fun stories?
Oh, well, I've spent a lot of time in Whistler. So we have some really good friends in Vancouver, and we go, we'll hang out with them in the city, and then we all cart over to Whistler and have some fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very fun. Want to give a shout out to who they are?
Oh, Trevor and Tom.
Trevor and Tom.
Hey, guys.
Trevor and Tom, shout out. We all want to go to Whistler. What's up? All right. Can you see this one? Zoom in. We'll zoom into this one a little bit more.
What is that? Can I buy a vowel?
You can. It's begins with a W. The city begins with a W, and it is not in the United States.
I don't know.
This is Wellington, New Zealand.
Oh.
Have you ever been to New Zealand?
I have. How did you know all this?
Is there any fun stories?
Did you do you did some serious homework?
Are there any?
I don't think I posted anything about New Zealand.
Are there any? That one, I think that one's coincidental.
That
one was coincidental.
A long time ago.
I think based on your proximity, where those things are, I think that was coincidental.
Oh, I don't know. You're scaring me a little, Daniel.
You don't, no.
I did. I went there to New Zealand for 3 weeks for my honeymoon.
Nice.
It was great fun.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Were there wineries involved with this?
Oh my God. The thing, and here's a plug for New Zealand in general. Although,
Yeah.
did you read that they're trying to reduce tourism, or they're trying to tax tourists because they feel like they're kind of damaging the infrastructure and everything?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they're actually trying to, turn it into a revenue opportunity because they're not thrilled. But it's awesome. There's the thing I love about it is there's fine food, there's fine wine, there's outdoor, like all the best things about a place. Like there's culture, the people are awesome. They'll give you the shirt off their back. They're really friendly, and there's just a million. It's like a playground, outdoor playground. There's a million things to do. So love it. I need to go back.
Yeah. It's a long flight. Long flight. All right, that was fun. Great job. We are on to the 10th and final question.
Okay.
Please spin the wheel.
Wake up hot sauce.
Yeah. All right.
That smoky dark one again.
It's terrible.
Is this the chicken nugget?
Well, you can reuse your nug. Yeah, I ate my entire one from before. Okay.
You're not going to invite me back because I keep getting you onto this one.
No, this has been landing. This has been landing for the past couple here. I don't know what's going on here. All right. So you've been talking a lot about AI recently. Mm-hmm. When we look 5 years out, which is far out, but when we look 5 years out, do you feel like AI augments or does it replace certain marketing activities?
I think it augments, right? It's a lot of people are saying, oh, it's going to replace our jobs, and I just don't see that, and maybe I'm not forward-looking enough, but I think it just superpowers some of our abilities, gives us more data, gives us more insights that we can, as marketers, we can choose to act on or not, right? So I think the key is that choice of how do I act on this? Do I act on it, and how do I act on it? So no, I don't see it. What do you think?
I think that the amount of disruption that AI is going to cause is going to happen over longer periods of time than just a 5-year window.
Oh, yeah.
I think that we're seeing it take the place of highly repetitive actions that are happening in very limited scopes. But once you're asking somebody, execute a creative campaign, that's an orchestra. That's an entire symphony of things, and AI is not good at that.
Right.
AI is good at doing narrow things, and I think it's incredible that we've got things like self-driving cars because that set of actions feels like there's a lot going on, but that is actually still a pretty narrow set of things. So I'm on that. I'm more on that train that you are on as well. Yeah. Good. Well, thank you very much for joining.
And I didn't sweat, and I made it, and I was able to talk.
You did great. I, for some reason, was not handling that round very well.
Well, you've done
I'm getting
more
soft.
than
I don't know. I'm getting soft.
Well, and you're right. I didn't dig that deep into the salsa.
You know what? You were amazing. So Rory, we're playing for Rory, and
Rory.
She is awesome. And so we've got a few different options that Alyce was able to find for her based on stuff that she's into. So because she loves the outdoors, she posts on Facebook about loving stuff in the outdoors.
She goes to Whistler a lot, actually.
Does she?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's an urban jungle hike for 2 that she can go on in San Francisco. That's a gift option that you can get for her.
She'd like that.
There is also
she likes to hike.
Because she likes to hike, which she's shows because she's posted stuff about that. There's a London picnic cooler that she can then take with her that has kind of cool compartments and being able to do a nice picnic. Or the third option there, because she is outdoorsy, the Outdoor Voices gift card, which is a outdoor hiking gear kind of place. So which
like
of those?
She could buy stuff.
So she could buy stuff that's like gear related for being outdoorsy.
You know, I think I'm more of an experiences kind of person rather than a stuff person. So I think I'm going to have to go with the urban jungle.
Urban jungles, great. Okay, well, Rory.
And if she doesn't like it, she can.
She can exchange it.
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't like it. She can actually exchange it, and she doesn't have to tell you.
Oh, okay.
She can exchange it for anything else on the marketplace.
She can get the stuff if she wants.
She can get any of these other things, or she could donate it to charity too if she wanted to. So great. Well, thank you, Lisa. That was a ton of fun. I'm glad we were able to do this. You were a rock star. You'd set that. You were. I think you were actually lowballing yourself there. You were coming in saying, "Oh, I don't have a ton of tolerance." I actually would put you all the way up there with heavy hitters.
I did pretty well, and I'll let you know how my dinner goes down later tonight.
That's good. That's good. Well, thank you very much again.
Thank you. All right.
All right.